Good morning. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. In Japan, rescue teams on the western coast are combing rubble for survivors after yesterday's series of powerful earthquakes and tsunami waves. Aftershocks continue today. NPR's Anthony Kuhn says at least 48 people have died and thousands of others have been forced to flee their homes.
They have taken in tens of thousands of people at evacuation centers. They have mobilized the military to provide relief and rescue. 3 prefectures near the epicenter have applied a disaster relief law, which ensures that they will get the help they need.
NPR's Anthony Kuhn reporting. Meanwhile, a Japanese Coast Guard plane involved in a fiery crash at Tokyo's Haneda Airport was carrying relief supplies for earthquake victims. Officials say a passenger jet may have collided with the Coast Guard plane on the runway. Japan Airlines says all 379 people aboard the passenger jet escaped, but Japanese media report 5 crew members on the military plane have died. Russia launched another large missile attack on Ukraine before dawn today. NPR's Alyssa Nadworny reports Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, has been hit.
In Kyiv, we woke up to the sound of drones and then hypersonic missiles. Ukraine's air defenses were working. According to the military administration in Kyiv, more than 70 missiles were intercepted. But several areas in the region sustained damages, including residential buildings, warehouses, and a church. The air raid alert sounded for about 6 hours. The attack follows a long holiday weekend of aerial attacks, including one barrage on Friday, the largest since the war began. In that attack, nearly every city in Ukraine was targeted, while this latest attack was more focused on the 2 biggest cities, Kyiv and Kharkiv. Parts of the capital were without power and water, and emergency crews were working to put out fires and rescue those caught in the debris. Alyssa Nadworny, NPR News, Kyiv.
The first presidential primary of this year will be held on January 23rd in New Hampshire. It's a little more than a week after the Iowa caucuses are held. But as NPR's Tamara Keith reports, on the Democratic side, the New Hampshire primary is unusual.
President Biden and the Democratic National Committee wanted South Carolina to have the first primary in 2024. But New Hampshire has a law that says its primary must be the first in the nation, so it is proceeding as planned. The state's delegates won't count at the Democratic convention, and any candidate running there faces sanctions from the party. How it shakes out is there are 21 Democratic candidates on the ballot, and none of them is named Joe Biden. Now, though, the state's Democratic establishment is rallying to persuade voters to write in Biden. The Biden campaign is steering clear of the effort. Tamara Keith, NPR News.
And you're listening to NPR News from Washington.